The wrestling world just shook to its core. After one of the most shocking betrayals in WWE history, Dean Ambrose, now known as Jon Moxley, has finally broken his silence. And the message he sent directly to Paul Heyman is pure fire. From the shadows of AEW, Moxley watched as Seth Rollins was left battered and humiliated by Heyman's Vision faction. And tonight, he spoke with a raw intensity only he could deliver. Calm, controlled, yet charged with fury, his words cut through the chaos. I only got one thing to say. This isn't just a promo. It's a declaration, a warning, and a challenge that transcends company lines. Wrestling fans everywhere are on the edge of their seats, witnessing a moment that could change the game forever. From shadows to spotlight, Moxley's return. Jon Moxley, formerly Dean Ambrose, had been watching quietly from AEW, far removed from WWE's spotlight. While fans debated and speculated about what would happen next, he observed everything unfold, recognizing the psychological games Heyman had played. Moxley isn't just another competitor. He's someone who has lived through manipulation, betrayal, and the high-stakes drama of professional wrestling. Tonight, he chose to break his silence. With the cameras on him and social media primed for reaction, Moxley entered the conversation not as a promotional stunt, but as a man with a personal stake in the chaos. By stepping forward, he reminded the world that some fighters refuse to be constrained by contracts, brands, or business politics. His emergence immediately turned the situation into a cross-promotional shockwave, ensuring that both WWE and AEW fans would now have to pay attention. A raw, unfiltered message. Moxley's video was simple, stark, and haunting. Shot in a dimly lit room, with shadows across his face, there were no flashy lights, no cinematic effects, and no scripted lines, just the man himself. His presence alone conveyed danger, intensity, and authority. The world watched as he stared into the camera, voice low and deliberate, addressing Paul Heyman directly. Every word carried weight, every pause created tension. "The Shield was never yours to break," he said, "and it sure as hell isn't yours to rebuild in your image." With this statement, Moxley didn't just call out Heyman, he made it clear that betrayal and manipulation would not go unchallenged. Fans immediately recognized the gravity. This wasn't just a promo. It was personal, it was deliberate, and it sent a ripple of anxiety and anticipation through both wrestling communities. The declaration of war. When Moxley declared, "You want a war? You got one, and this time I'm bringing the whole damn arsenal," the wrestling world collectively paused. These weren't empty words, they were a proclamation of intent. By referencing the whole arsenal, Moxley hinted at reinforcements, strategies, and potentially the reunion of the Shield with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Suddenly, this was bigger than a personal feud. It became a full-blown narrative capable of rewriting wrestling history. Fans immediately began theorizing about who might join him, when he might step into WWE storylines, and how this unprecedented cross-brand tension would unfold. The magnitude of this declaration reminded everyone that wrestling is more than entertainment. It's about loyalty, brotherhood, and the enduring human desire to fight back against betrayal. Beyond brand loyalty, one of the most revolutionary aspects of Moxley's statement was its defiance of corporate boundaries. Traditionally, WWE and AEW operate as separate entities, with clear lines preventing cross-promotional interference. Yet Moxley's words blurred those lines. By directly addressing Heyman while affiliated with AEW, he reminded fans that some stories transcend brands, that some bonds, like those forged in the Shield, cannot be confined to corporate rules. The audacity of a wrestler openly challenging the authority and machinations of a rival company created an unprecedented spectacle. Social media erupted with debates, fan theories, and excitement over what this might mean for the future of professional wrestling. Moxley's approach humanized the narrative, showing that loyalty and personal history often outweigh titles, contracts, or corporate obligations. The weight of the Shield legacy. Moxley's connection to the Shield added layers of intensity to his message. The Shield was never just a faction. It was a brotherhood built on trust, strategy, and shared battles. By invoking its legacy, Moxley reminded viewers of the unbreakable bond he shared with Reigns and Rollins. He wasn't speaking as a lone rebel. He was speaking as someone representing the ethos of unity and honor against manipulation. This historical context amplified the drama. Every word he spoke carried echoes of past victories, betrayals, and the shared experiences that forged them. Fans weren't just watching a feud, they were witnessing the rekindling of a storied alliance that had shaped modern professional wrestling and left a lasting mark on the industry. Fan and industry reactions. Moxley's message created an immediate ripple effect across social media, sparking an explosion of reactions from fans and industry insiders alike. Every word, every pause, and every facial expression was analyzed meticulously as viewers tried to decode the deeper meaning behind his declaration. Hashtags related to Moxley, The Shield, and Heyman began trending globally, showing the universal reach of his statement. Wrestling analysts speculated about storyline possibilities, cross-promotional matchups, and how this might affect ongoing narratives in both WWE and AEW. The excitement was palpable, but it went beyond mere enthusiasm. There was awe at the sheer audacity of a top-tier talent breaking conventional boundaries. Moxley's credibility and authenticity gave the declaration weight, reminding everyone that professional wrestling thrives not just on scripted entertainment, but on real human emotion, loyalty, and unpredictability. A cross-brand storm brewing. Moxley's words did more than just fire up fans. They created the potential for an unprecedented conflict that transcends traditional wrestling boundaries. By hinting at possible involvement in WWE storylines while being active in AEW, Moxley opened the door for a narrative that could redefine cross-brand interactions. Corporate restrictions might prevent actual matches from happening immediately, but the symbolism is undeniable. His presence alone challenges authority and signals that rebellion and chaos can extend across company lines. This creates fertile ground for crossover narratives where histories, talent, and legacies from multiple promotions intersect in ways previously thought impossible. Beyond spectacle, this moment represents innovation, merging dramatic storytelling with authentic human emotion. Fans understand that the wrestling world thrives on tension, stakes, and unpredictability, and Moxley's actions have pushed all these elements to a higher level, making the industry more dynamic, exciting, and unpredictable than ever before. What comes next? With Moxley's declaration, the wrestling world stands on the edge of a new era filled with uncertainty and potential. Fans and insiders are now asking critical questions. How will Paul Heyman respond to such a direct confrontation? Will Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins answer Moxley's implied call, potentially reuniting the Shield under extraordinary circumstances? Could this spark a multi-company feud that challenges every expectation of what professional wrestling can be? This uncertainty creates anticipation as viewers are drawn into a story with stakes higher than ever before. Wrestling is a blend of drama, strategy, and physical storytelling, and Moxley's intervention has amplified each of these elements, making the audience feel the tension in real time. The declaration is only the beginning. Every move from here could ripple across brands, redefine legacies, and elevate storytelling. One thing is certain. When the lunatic speaks, the world listens, and the consequences of this statement are only starting to unfold.